Michael Mall, how are you?
Marc, Lottering. I'm all good, thanks. How have you been holding up in lockdown?
I've been holding up. I've been holding up really well. I've been surviving. It's been a little bit hectic every day trying to look amazing for these Zoom phone calls. But otherwise, I've
You?
been fine. I look amazing, right? Thank you.
And
I'm
thank
happy to be talking to you.
Yeah, likewise,
I'm
Marc.
happy to be talking to you because I think at this time, everybody wants to say, how can we help? And we're all talking about the people in the front line. And I've been thinking it would be so cool if we all knew if there was a way in which we could help people in the front line, if we could help people who work in health.
Yeah, Marc, that's great to hear, man. I so appreciate that. And I've always known you've had a philanthropic side to you. I can't say the same for Auntie Merle, of course, but for you, absolutely.
Auntie Mo might have that, whatever that word was. I mean, if it's a good word, then she's got it. I'm gonna Google it. It sounds like a good word. So yes, I am that. I'm that.
You are that indeed, Marc. There have been a lot of initiatives underway, actually. And the one that I was just looking at is the Ubuntu Cloth Face Mask campaign, which is all about encouraging our fellow carpenters to not only wear a mask, but to also donate masks to the most vulnerable communities in the Western Cape.
The Ubuntu face cloth, no, face mask. Yeah.
It sounds like
Ubuntu face.
cloth face mask.
Ubuntu face. Okay, that sounds amazing. I think I've heard about this initiative because I'm very clued up on current affairs. I have heard about this initiative, but now because you've been let out for 3 hours every morning, I have been trotting about the neighborhood, and if I can take it from people who I've seen, many South Africans are wearing their masks though.
Some, but not all, Marc. I mean, government has made it clear that we all need to wear masks when we're in public. And I think the reason they do that is because when you wear a mask, I mean, we know this, you protect me, and when I wear a mask, I protect you from potential infections we might have. I mean, that's the big idea here.
Yeah, I've been listening to that story all along. I know the story, and when you sneeze, when you cough, make sure that you're doing it into a flexed elbow,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And then also the thing about the mask, people have been telling me it's because, when people talk, some people have the habit of spitting when they talk. So wearing a mask can indeed minimize the risk associated with the spread of the virus.
No, you're right, Marc. I mean, there's lots of evidence supporting just that. And it's not just when you're sick, too. I mean, remember that just because you aren't sick doesn't mean you aren't a coronavirus carrier. So wear your mask all the time because you just don't know.
Wow, Michael, you sound like someone who has matric with exemption, and you use words like evidence. You people who work in health always think that you're really smart, but I don't know, when I was a lighter, when I was growing up, every time I wanted to cough or sneeze, my mother would say, cover your mouth. And back then, we just used to call it good manners.
Yeah, your mom was right, man. I mean, my mother used to tell me not to go outside with wet hair because I'd catch a cold. Now, that's not how you actually avoid a virus. I mean, wearing a mask, yes. I mean, that is a must. Although you can't avoid getting it, you can avoid giving it. But just as important is obviously to follow those golden rules, Marc. I mean, you know that all too well in terms of good hygiene, just to stop the spread of coronavirus. I mean, stay at home if you're unwell, of course. Wash your hands with soap and water. Water's not enough. You need to use soap. That's what destroys the virus. And of course, don't touch your face. I mean, that's a big one. And if you're going to wear a mask, wear a good fitting mask, because I see a lot of people fiddling with their masks, and all you're doing is you're touching your face, which is really not.
Yeah.
A good fitting mask can obviously try and keep your distance from one another. That's the hardest part.
Wow, look at you, eh? A pretty face with brains. So all the rumors are true. So remind us again. So which campaign are you aligning yourself with?
So not the face cloth campaign, the Ubuntu Cloth Mask campaign, which in fact, it's a public-private partnership that's coordinated by the Western Cape Department of Health, Marc. I mean, the aim of the campaign is to provide free quality cloth masks to vulnerable communities within the Western Cape, and it's manufactured obviously in line with our government's specifications. And by the way, not only that, a community-based manufacturing network has been established for seamstresses from vulnerable communities who will receive then income for manufacturing these cloth masks. So it works two ways.
Wow, now that sounds pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, the partnership also involves commercial retailers that will be selling the Ubuntu masks, of course. The funds generated from those sales will be channeled back into the initiative so that vulnerable seamstress networks can obviously continue to generate an income for the masks that they produce. And in fact, there's also a partnership with people or businesses who can make a direct financial contribution towards the Ubuntu Cloth Mask Initiative, and 100% of those funds will be used to manufacture and distribute masks directly into local vulnerable communities. So it really is, it's a closed loop.
Sure, that's full circle. So if I get involved in this project and become a partner, so to speak, so someone who's been sewing and not earning anything out of that, with this thing, an income that can generate an income, and also vulnerable communities will get those Ubuntu masks. So it's a fantastic thing. And if I do get involved in something like this, I know I'll feel like a good person, because we've all been created to be good people.
Net so, meneer, net so.
Yeah, this is fantastic. I think I've got to go out there and spread the word immediately. People need to get involved, become partners. I know this is something I'd like to get involved in. And by the way, thank you to you and everybody else who works in health and in the front line. You people have been doing an amazing job. So I'm going to go out there. I'm going to go out there and spread the good news and help all you people in the front line flatten that curvy thingy. So right now I've got to go out and run on my stoop in circles and spread the word thereafter.
Good, Mark. Thank you so much.
I'll catch you later.
Absolutely. Mark, wait. I need to give you the details. Mark?
Go WhatsApp a person. It's fine. WhatsApp me.
Enjoy your run. Don't go too far. Thanks, Mark. Chat soon, man. Wow, what a great guy. Anyone who's desperate to lend a helping hand during this coronavirus pandemic, if that's you, why not consider partnering with the Western Cape Department of Health and their Ubuntu Cloth Mask campaign?